The key to winning in 2026 is not starting on the 1st of January, but it is starting in 2025. And here are the three things that you must know before planning your goals. The verse of the day comes from Proverbs 21, verse 5. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. And just focus on the first part. The plans of the diligent lead surely to abundance. Keyword plans. And the diligent is people who plan in advance. Plan to fail or you fail to plan. So, number one, don't think of it as what do I want to do in 2026. Let's just pretend that this is 2026 already and you just think, okay, this year I have accomplished X, Y, and Z. And all of the things that you said you've accomplished is the things that you're going to start working on. So, for an example, in 2026, I have learned how to drive. I have scaled my businesses. I have worked on my spirituality and my walk with God. Do you get it? Yeah, so that's exactly what you're going to do. But the way that I did it is I broke it down into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Into 6 of the sectors that I really want to focus on: spirituality, health, business, personal growth, and content creation. So here's what I said. Okay, in 2026, I have had consecutive devotions every single day. In 2026, I have picked up a new sport. I learned how to play tennis, and I was consistently hitting my 5,000 steps every day. In 2026, I hit 1,000 subscribers. You get it? Yeah. So in 2026, I have read 12 books this year, one for every month, and learned how to drive. And then for my businesses, I have made X amount in my tutoring businesses. I've got 2 businesses. I tutor and I also sell hair oils that help promote hair growth. And then with content creation, hitting 1,000 subscribers, so being monetized by the end of 2026. So this is how you think of it. You think of it as in the future. So in 2026, I have learned how to drive. I've been monetized. I was consistent with my steps and I hit my 3,000 or 5,000 every single day. I learned how to play tennis. I read 12 books. Now that we have an idea of what state of mind we need to be in when planning these goals, now you need to think of how you're going to structure your goals. And that's where SMART goals come in. So for those of you that are not familiar with SMART goals is basically, the word SMART is an acronym abbreviation. Acronym? I think it's an acronym. It's an acronym for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. So these 5 words are the words that you are going to use when you are setting each goal. Now that we've got our 5 or our 6 different sectors, you're going to say, okay, for my spirituality, I said that in 2026, I am consistent with my walk with Christ and having daily devotional every single day. So is that specific? So I can't say in 2026, I have worked on my spirituality. That's not specific. Worked on my spirituality could have means a bunch of different things. So how do you make it specific? In 2026, I have had my devotional every single day. That's a start. And let me just preface this by saying that my rule is that I am not allowed to miss more than 2 consecutive days. On the 3rd day, I need to dust myself up and get back up. So not more than 2 consecutive days missed. Okay. So in 2026, I have had daily devotionals every single day. Okay. That is specific. Is it measurable? Yes. If you are tracking, I had devotional today, I had devotional today. It is measurable. Is it achievable? Spending 30 minutes with God every day is achievable. Is it realistic? It is realistic. And is it timely? It is timely. So that's the mindset that you use when you are setting out these goals. And then the next thing is breaking it up into weekly goals. So when you are doing this, right, thinking of it in terms of a year is a bit overwhelming for me. So I like to think of it in terms of 90 days instead of thinking of it in terms of the entire year, 90-day intervals. If these are the 6 goals that I want to hit for the next 90 days, what does that mean in terms of weekly goals? How does that translate to weekly goals? What do I have to do every single week for me to be hitting those goals? So for spirituality, that means waking up 30 minutes before the time I usually wake up, just so that I can have that devotional time with God. My goal for health was learning how to play a new sport. That is finding a club nearby and playing weekly. If I cannot play weekly, then it means that I need to be spending 15 to 20 minutes every day walking. That is something that is specific, that is measurable, that is achievable, and that is timely. If I cannot walk weekly, then swimming weekly. As long as I am keeping the streak going, yeah. Third, content creation. What does that mean? That means I need to be posting twice a week. That is specific, that is measurable. I can post on a Monday and on a Friday. Personal growth. I said I wanted to read 12 books next year. That meant one every month. I did to read before I go to sleep. I took it upon myself to delete all social media apps, except for YouTube, for obvious reasons. And I'm limiting the amount of short form content that I am consuming. So in that time, I know that just deleting TikTok and deleting Instagram means that I have freed up a lot more time. And in that time, I'm going to read. That's where the personal growth is going to come into. And then with my businesses, a lot of the growth that I know I will see in my businesses is directly proportional to how consistent I am on social media. So that's why for me social media is a big thing, because the more consistent I am with social media, then the more progress and more things will be better in my business. Lastly, when you are doing this, and I know that some weeks are extremely hectic, some weeks will be tough, so the best thing to think of it is, what are the 3 goals that I can accomplish this week that will make my week feel like a success? That I used this year, and I do want to be a lot more intentional and specific with it for next year. Hence why I'm starting in November, so that I can start implementing these things now, and December it is already a habit, so that by the time January comes, it's second nature to me. If you have any questions on how exactly to do this, if you want me to go a little bit more in depth, please let me know and I will do so. That's it from me. I hope you have a beautiful day further. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.